against Yone, the Wind Brother matchup, Dia, to open us up here on the night.
I am very excited to see when these two has yet to back has chosen to invest more time up towards the top side to protect his top laner.
Guwan spotted on a ward. Is walking in completely blind here.
Does still have flash. He's going to choose to charge over the wall instead and should be relatively safe. No summoner extended, but Guwan is forced back. Hoya going below half HP as Junhao goes very, very low. Feather keeps him alive. Keshi may not be so lucky. No flash, no exhaust on this Yasuo, and no level 6 to try and recommit either. Nice wind wall, but it does not save Feather from being stunned to the wall and taken down for first blood.
Yeah, good saves there.
The last few minutes, but it could start becoming one in the next 2 to 3, as our junglers, at least from the TT side, will be clearing towards bot side. Flash onto Ryan! That was a journey set up by Joel, was clean again.
Yeah, they kind of bully them off here. I'm wondering if NIP want to re-engage. They still have that pick tool with Guwan's ultimate, but have to be very synergistic when they're going in, as Care is disjointed from the rest of the team.
That's 2, maybe a third going over to Thunder Talk. Level 6 from Keshi as well. Could go for a stylish play on the Yasuo, and is going to start one up onto Guwan, who goes over the wall immediately. Everyone dogpiles onto the Sejuani, while Haru and Care end up going for the 1v1, and it is Haru that wins it. Up towards the top side, Hoya is now being dogpiled on, but he's winning it! One more auto would take out Feather, and yet he will fall, leaving that last Void Grub to Junhao.
Yeah, still really good fight there from Thundertalk. Keshi's wind wall crucially blocking a lot of that re-engage that NIP wanted to go for after the initial, ultimate from Guwan came out, kind of signaling to finish off that last little bit of health that Keshi has. So has to rely on that E instead to proc the Blight stacks. And speaking of Blight stacks, of gold at this point. He was picked specifically to counter the double marksman comp that NIP have gone for here in game 1, and if he's not able to, get that gold, or, actually, I take that back. If he
every fight, Zhuo's looked very comfortable in the Bard, and he's gonna have to look that way again, because right now he is unfortunately magically journeying in the wrong direction. Temper Fate saves his life for a little while. Out goes Guan to try and save Zhuo's life, but he gets shuffled in by Haru. Zhuo, 1 HP, is walking away in the Bard, and a huge Fate sealed out of Care. Could turn the fight. Keshi turns it around again though, and it is still a fight somehow going in the favor of NIP. Guan's one, Zhuo's one. Junhao commits over the wall, finally finding the first kill for Thunder Talk, but NIP will clap right back at him, making it a 2-for-1.
And it's a double kill for Hoya, but it's all set up. 1,000 gold lead. It's only 1 kill for the Jhin off that early kill in the laning phase toward the Misfortune, as there might be another one.
Da boys rolling up in mid lane, forcing a flash. Care will be just fine down on the bot side as well, even with Feather showing up. Yone still pretty slippery when he's able to engage the fight himself. Ryan gets out of the mid lane, but top side, not such a good news story for Keshi, as it is a triple lane play that happens in just the course of a few minutes. NIP roll through the mid lane, try and make a play onto Ryan, then they walk straight on through up to the top side and kill Keshi.
And Junhao, crucially, is on the top side. I mean, you can't look for a cross-map play. There's no ability to start up this dragon because NIP, their vision game is just too strong on this part of the map. So I actually would be in support of what you said earlier, Dia, where they maybe just look to go onto the Herald, try and make it a 1-for-1. But already with the dragon being started up by NIP, they're on the clock to make that happen.
Dragon has gone down, and NIP shown no interest in trying to quickly contest a Rift Herald, so this should be a clean objective going over to them, while Care is on the precipice of picking up the bot side turret.
And while we were saying, which is part of the reason why you go for it, right? To collect those plates is, I think, something that you want to do. Ideally, pre-14 minutes is when that is really, really valuable to get a Herald just for the sake of getting the gold. But now we're kind of looking at it to, crush a tower for you to extend that vision line. You don't need a Herald in order to bring down the remaining health on this turret. They've got the double marksman. We said that the sieging power of this comp is just far superior.
And with the gold lead as it is, slow, clean League of Legends is going to win NIP the game. It's TT that have to get creative, and that might be with the Rift Herald play on the bot side. Care does jump back with the Soul Unbound, but Rift Herald crash on this bot lane tower. Not even going to happen through the Tempered Fate. It is delayed even further by Chi, and a Fate sealed onto 2. Almost takes down Haru. He will fall as Awesome collects the kill and walks forward onto Junhao. Might still be able to lock him up with the help of Zhuo. Magical Journey not quite available, but TT will be lucky to get away.
Their lead over Thundertalk, but that 3-man allowing for an extra kill onto the TT members to go through, and they're super comfortable now. They're onto the top side, and they're just 2-manning the Baron.
They're counter-engaging. Keshi actually ults right on top of Awesome, but again, these magical journeys are so clutch. Exhaust comes down onto Keshi. Awesome is going to go down, and in the meantime, Baron Nashor has fallen. NIP sneak away the...
and sieging these tier 2 turrets.
Yeah, I mean, we saw all 3 outer turrets fall pre-20 minutes in the favor of NIP. If they keep playing like this, they might be getting all 3 inner turrets by the time the Baron is done. There is a pick for NIP that happens almost as an afterthought. They dodge the engage from Haru, and he is just stuck with nothing.
Yeah,
He's trying to come up with a metaphor, but he's got nothing.
Yeah, Haru does go down. Now Zhuo just magical journeying into the mid lane with the rest of his team. And I like this from NIP. I feel like a big decision-making factor that you can put on a lot of teams to decide if their macro is actually in a really good spot is if they decide to rush down the dragons every time off spawn, because NIP, they've got a 7,000 gold lead. They don't have to risk themselves going for things like a soul point so that they are accelerating the game pace faster than what it actually needs to be, because then you go for a fight at soul point. If you risk losing that, you don't end up getting that soul win condition. You're not putting Thundertalk even in a position where they can take that away from you. Air almost kills you now.
Curtain Call still might do it. One nicely placed bullet needs to be curved, and it will not hit. Ryan absorbing that for Junhao. It is, however, 2 of the 3 inner turrets that have fallen with 42 seconds left on the Baron. I smell a third coming.
Something on Keshi, but that wind wall is probably going to allow him to be safe. It just feels like NIP are unrelenting with the pressure at this point, and I do wonder when that pressure is going to be so much that TT snap and decide to go for a Hail Mary engage. They have to be careful, though, to track where the NIP members are when they actually do decide to pull the trigger, because if it's all 5 of the NIP members, it is a very easy fight for them to win.
Bullet time going to be channeled, but it will not be enough to save Haru, who makes the mistake of collect any gold. They are given only what NIP chooses to let slide.
I wonder what their plan is here, as Air maybe getting aggressed onto Junhao, proccing that Q for the knockoff.
This guy is too good at Bard, man. This guy is too good. And the stun.
Yeah, ouch. Insult to injury right there. Zhuo. That's the kind of play you throw up your mastery symbol for. Devious plans ever. Like, the mentality of these guys needs to be studied in a lab.
This could be devious.
Yep.
No Tempered Fate now, but that Deadly Flourish is sure going to help. Piercing Arrow. Ooh. Oh my god, it does like 800 damage to Keshi, likely more. Ryan will be walking out into the mid lane to try and contest the wave after.
Swings between each of the teams, the goal differences between each of the roles, all going up yellow. It's like a Coldplay song. Is now Care.
This is the play.
It's being 1v3'd.
This is the play. They have to pick off Care here. They forced him to use the ultimate, and they can't even touch him. The Tempered Fate is still going to catch Feather, and this Rakan is surely dead. Ninjas in pajamas refuse to lose even a single member.
Yeah, Care doing a really good job at exfiltrating that fight. Fate sealed away, and all the while, it was just a 4-man re-engage by NIP. Hoya breaks open the base on the top side. Thundertalk respawn, but with only 4 members of the team. Thundertalk don't care about the dragon. They're just going to push in the mid wave. They're going straight toward the top side river, but the Drake's already gone. The Soul's already secured. If you wanted to go for some kind of Baron cross map, it's far too late for that Thundertalk.
Yeah, NIP learned their lesson around this yesterday. Better not to delay taking the dragon. Instead, they just sent 2 members for that immediately. It is a full engage onto Guan, but he is the least squishy member on all of NIP. Now backed up by the entire squad. Care goes for a Fate Sealed. Does not land it, but ends up in the back line. Almost takes down Ryan before being eliminated himself. But the second member of Thundertalk will fall, as it is a double kill picked up for Guan, a double kill picked up for Hoya, and an ace for the Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yup, and a triple for Hoya at the end there. NIP with the double marksman comp, showing their ingenuity here in game number 1 against Thunder Talk. Some fights were close, but it was all NIP from the start. It felt like they had control of the game, and they never gave that up.
Walking in, they have got absolutely nothing to contend with. It started in their own lanes, but very quickly the jungle became NIPs, the base became NIPs, and now the Nexus belongs to NIP. Feather, the sacrificial lamb, as Keshi walks out to watch.
Huge Kiana jungle naysayer.
Yeah, the Kiana. Implied pressure that they have that allows their bot lane to continue pushing up. Likely a trade of Scuttle Crabs as well, though Haru's extended pretty far forward. Care feels confident going for this flash out of Guwon, but the stun's not going to land. Haru still goes low and will still
putting them ahead here in game number 2 against Thunder Talk.
Hoya feeling pretty good in this matchup as well. Mininar actually steps a little too far forward. No! You could, as soon as that mouse click happened and he went a little too close.
Guys with that phase rush can play up a little bit further when he has that active, just because you go for a trade and then immediately bail out. But he's got to be careful of situations like this where he overstays his welcome, because now Guwon is looking for a revisit.
Oh my god, he just gets that. This is another case of somebody just looking extremely
keep in mind for later, as we're in the present and Haru is getting ganked maybe a 3rd time.
No vision, no problem. Haru walks up, Haru goes down. This is looking like replay status.
We're getting proxied, man. We're getting proxied, man.
Keshi's not gonna die here. Surely he's not gonna die.
I mean, Hoya's gonna get his spells back up. I don't think Keshi's gonna have his leap. That's a pretty long cooldown.
And he's certainly not going to have Mega. Hoya knows that he's got this in the bag, but one more auto is needed. Hoya will fall to the tower.
The kill, so I feel like it's more on the equalized end here, going for
levels?
that 1v1. As yeah, I mean, the levels are also a pretty relevant piece to the, or pretty relevant factor as well as Junhao. I hesitate to call
it so hot anymore. Guwon's in position for a gank and will be spotted immediately as Keshi goes into Mini. Doesn't have the opportunity to escape though, and Guwon flashing on him should be setting up yet another kill. Guwon collects his first of the game, but he has been very
1,000 gold lead over his counterpart, despite the CS differences between the two. And most importantly, NIP being able to get that kill will give them priority for the grubs, as now we see a fight on bot lane.
Not going to end up connecting with the hook. NIP now in a rough spot. Feather doesn't have 6 just yet, and actually is going to go quite low. You'd like to finish off these minions to get him access to the XP. Heal's going to go down. In comes a stun. 1 for 1 right now as Feather will fall. The Guwon's shown down to the bot side, and Ryan flashing away just in the nick of time. Still has vision in this brush, but is going to be denied it with the camouflage. Guwon ultimate into the wall. Could still turn this around, but Ryan with the last auto picks up the plus 400. Guwon being up towards top side is a sneaky play. Keshi really wanted to reset for the dragon play, but NIP seemed comfortable giving that up for a kill on the top side. Nothing that this Gnar can do. Hoya and Guwon coordinate to get their top laner even further ahead, and Hoya raid bossing himself.
Goes onto the map to try and make plays.
Guwon might get caught here. Junhao wants to find a catch, but instead is going to miss the knockup. The rest of TT on the way, but great death sentence is going to bring Ryan all the closer. Needs to be finished off, and he will be. Guwon completing the assassination mission. Feather will fall next again to Guwon as he picks up another kill, and now Hoya's in the mix. Stunned under the tower onto Haru. Should be claiming his life soon. Last hit going to be picked up by...
On the side, Thunder Talk have 2 Drakes, so getting soul point here I feel like would keep a win condition alive, though. If this fight does get turned, as we can see, Hoya wants to enter in on one side. The rest of NIP slow to react, though, so they might actually miss this objective.
They will not get the dragon. They do, however, get a 4-person supreme display of talent. Now with the jungler picked off, Thunder Talk have no business in this pit but to disengage. They will still lose Feather on the way out. They get themselves to soul point, but a double kill goes to Care. The question, Quacks, was it worth it?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's as worth it as Thunder Talk can make it at this point. You keep a win condition alive, and when you're this far behind, even having a win con, I feel like is a gift. So they are able to keep that at least alive for now, but I feel like it's a slight misplay from NIP. They're so far ahead of this game, they should have easily been the ones to have control of that river first. And so ThunderTalk definitely sneaking away that dragon. At least that's the definition I would use in my book, because now TT off of respawns are looking for some payback.
A trap Joe in here, but insta flash away by him does make this a little bit more difficult. TT will still
W, and they immediately lock down Junhao, along with a very big Supreme display of talent, like you said, but just kind of feels like NIP, again, with how far ahead they are, should have easily been the ones to have control of this river and take that dragon. Now unnecessarily giving ThunderTalk a link back into this game, if you can even call it that, with how far behind they still are. This gold lead is ballooning toward the 9,000 difference here between two teams, Dia.
Bit of an unexpected misplay, however, as Guwon did go down to a combination of Junhao and Keshi, and now Junhao has walked up a little bit too close. The Chocums are going to do enough. Feather knows that he's dead, and we have now passed all the way comfortably into the 9,000 gold lead.
Can't trick me. I've played these games before.
He'll be understanding their understanding of the understanding that he has. And we follow this up. Care invests a flash to make sure that he is safe in the side lane, an important cooldown that he will not have, but with so many members showing bot side, NIP know what to do.
Yeah, and Keshi... Goodbye, Keshi. Let's take it down
It's
now. NIP are
quiet
just
enough
go
that we
Baron.
hear the sound of him falling. Junhao actually goes into the pit! Ill-advised, perhaps?
A little bit, but a Hail Mary play. I mean,
Minute left on Baron. They haven't really found a way to coordinate their waves to push into the towers just yet. Mid lane wave is a little bit behind, although with the China Crystal Arrow and a big engage tool missing, it looks like they can just four-man force the bot side, and that is exactly what they are going to do. Care jumps forward, completely unabashed with the Between Worlds, and TT can do nothing about it. Just watch as their inhibitor tower falls, and their support falls with it. Feather got two-shot.
Yep, Feather, he's getting them ruffled. ThunderTalk now on their last legs. NIP, double inhibitor. They're looking to advance onto the base, but Keshi is now Mega Gnar, so
Mega.
they could look for a fight potentially. This is the kind of timer
Keshi
you
has
have
flash.
to go for. Awesome as Red-White as well.
He has to do it now. Surely Keshi has to go, but he gets interrupted. In goes the big Gnar. It is a three-man stun, but it does not matter. Red, white, and you have no choice but to fight as NIP take TT into the blender for game number 2.
Red-White, don't...
They've given themselves a very telegraphed composition right here as Waybo. You know what they're looking to do. It's the beginning of a wombo combo. You need to land all of your pieces in order to make was the most not a part of the game last time. Right here, on the Jace, you don't get to be inactive. Yeah. He has...
Oh boy. JJ walked over a ward to make this blue buff steal. He still gets it. Flag and drag down. Immediate flash from Urha. They get the stun lock through, and the Jace falls flat. JJ may have been... So we might have JJ looking for a gank here onto Hongq. Junja in the area as well. So he's surely looking to get back for that first blood. So dashes forward into the accelerated shock blast. You know what? We're giving him one. It's his birthday. But... Yeah, that's a little bit of a warning sign. Never want to eat a Dredgeline as the AD carry. And Junja smells blood in the water. He's looking for a gank wrap around, another Dredgeline onto Urha. He doesn't have flash up here, so this should just be a free kill. If they can pick it up with one auto, it's a Valkyrie forward for Gala to get it. Nice little response here from JDG, picking up 2 quick kills. So I still hold true. This guy understands timing like the best of them in the world. He sees that gank, right? He's like, okay, if Junja looks for that
dealt with over on in the side lanes. Anytime you've got a Scion, that's obviously going to be annoying. And then you've got this Ziggs just to melt through these towers. It really makes up for the fact that the Corki can struggle a little bit. Oh, hang on.
So he's played in,
Vampire,
but wow, the bullet time is disgusting from Elk. He gets, I think, every single shot of that bullet time lands onto Vampire. And now it's going to be the immediate cleanse having to come out from Gala. Urha ticked over to level 6, so the Solar Flare comes out. And the first big showing from our bottom lane since Waybo winning it out. But it's been the junglers making the big effect on the bot side as the accelerated shock blast flash through for Junja. He knows that Elk must fall, and he gifts Gala a second kill back.
Oh,
Oh my
still,
god,
he
he's
die.
no idea. He's like, there's probably 2. Oh man, there's 3 here. Flash, JJ falls with the Cataclysm, Solar Flare into the bullet time. Oh, it's just a beautiful masterpiece of League of Legends right there. Just how Waybo drew it up from the draft.
Just
Tier 1, no?
Gonna be able to get away. It should be with the satchel. That should just take that down instantly, and that really puts quite the dampener on what was a great play bot lane. You would have been able to get a huge chunk of turret plating.
He's gonna aggro the Drake, pull it out of the pit. JJ has been the Smite Steal king of the split so far this year. Let's see if he's got another one, but it's going to be Urha that eats a Dredge line into a Honku combo. Urha's already down about half HP. Satchel Charge is going to knock him even further away. He uses the heal with a Dragon far too low, and Waybo aren't going to risk their game on a second Drake. And they're going to get and Vampire to walk their way back up, but there is a ward. Now finally cleared out. And again, I like the more methodical approach from JDG. Get a little bit of poke, get the zoning in the system properly, and then you know that Waybo can't really gamble to go for these early objectives because they can flip the game off of it, as we see Honku again just terrorizing the birthday boy on his resets with these Inferno bombs.
Likely dead is just about going to be able to limp away, but that's going to be top lane tower going down as well. That's now 2 full towers that have been fed into Honku. That does have support behind him, so it isn't going to be his death, but that's going to be all 3 of the outer towers going down to JDG. Shelly may just get driven towards mid lane.
Flash though, Gala, so not too disturbed as a Shock Blast from Junja's going to half health Arha. Dredge line, going to force out the heal as Elk comes back away, but there's going to stop Onslaught. Elk's going to get hit by it right in the face. Immediately flashes, but man, Xiaosu's just going to get the kill done all on his own. Re-engage from Zika onto the back line, but the Abessa does not get onto Gala. Vampire is chilling as we do see the public execution re-engage onto the Scion, but these are not the targets that Waybo can afford to dump all their damage into, because now you've unleashed Gala and Junja just waiting for combo after combo to come back up. They'll let Zika walk away, but a winning fight for JDG. Items. One of those items is already Armor Pen here for Junja. So even if you are Arha stacking a bit of armor, or we see Zika with some as well, it gets chunked through pretty easy with these Shock Blasts.
Yeah,
right?
really quickly. And it's the fact that the poke lands first and you get half your health chunked out of you, and then you still have to deal with the rest of the up close and personal damage.
Oh my god, Arha!
Well.
Wow, that Zenith Blade carries him over the wall with Junja's flash. Is the bullet time going to be enough? Yes! Arha, the man we were just talking about. For JDG. It's going to be Vampire and Xiaosu that bring home the front line. And how much poke can Honku get over this wall? The Baron already down below 7k. Waybo really need to either finish it or turn. They can't really make their minds up. Zika on the back flank is trying to look for Gala, but Vampire's already marked him. He goes after Gala. The Baron is down to about 2.4k as Zika engages onto Vampire. JJ does end up getting the Baron, but is it going to cost Waybo? Xiaosu's going to re-engage with the unstoppable onslaught, but Arha does a really good job blocking it. And Zika, he may end up falling here, but he's pulled so much of Jindong Gaming's attention that the rest of Waybo can walk out with Baron 3 strong.
Still, you lose the scene landed right here
100%.
by Xiaohu. It's been really rough. It's been an absolute dearth of just nothing coming on through for Waybo, but they finally turn it up.
Here we go.
There we go. It's going to be the first tower of the game right here.
Yeah!
Falling for Elk. Let's go, Waybo.
They're
beginning to
on the
re-establish themselves. Indeed, and to be fair, as much as we're talking about how this wasn't his champion's really going to be strong, Elk has now completed those 3 items, well on the way to the 4th with that injection of gold that the bot laners get.
Hold on. Oh my god, that Inferno Bomb nearly one-shots Elk. The bullet time's really nice to turn on to Vampire, but I mean, if he gets hit by one other ability, that thing one-shots him.
Absolutely, it does. Damn. That was terrifying right there. So close to going down. The question really for me is, does Honku feel empowered enough to just go for a death cap right now? In which case,
their
he
members, Waybo take a reset, their solos come back in TP. We have Xiaosu with that big shield trying to hold the front line as JJ is burning down onto the dragon now. JDG, they're going to have to go in to see if they go for a smite fight. Does Junja have it in him? He's not even really going to be able to look for it. The Sand Soldier over the wall from Xiao, who is just going to secure the dragon. Zika's looking for a flank off to the side. Holding on to that public execution. JDG are going to walk out of the choke on their own. Again, really patient. To walk right towards that Baron, hopefully with maybe a big item purchase. He's going to get a Hex Drinker. He is 3 items, though, with that Death's Dance. So this Ambessa's ready to fight. Really, everybody on this map is ready to brawl item-wise. And JJ's looking. RL's going to flash onto Vampire for the stun, but Elk is just going to get hit by a depth charge. Gala is going forward with Xiaosu. But the public execution with the Zenith Blade comes through. But Gala flashes right on top of Elk and one-shots him. He's kiting back. He will end up falling, but they've gotten rid of Elk. How much more can JDG get here as the range is starting to come through? But they've already lost Vampire. Xiaosu is very, very tanky, but his limits are certainly being tested here as he has to rely on his 2 range carries to allow him out. But the chase is on. The Ratlies from Xiaohu getting so much value. Soul Furnace, Decimating Smash turn. Xiaosu will finally fall, and Waybo have another opening for the second Baron of the game.
And this is just a major misplay right here from JDG. You've got members going in at the same point want to go for the steal.
All right, he sees it's at about 10k before the vision gets flushed out. There's one Shock Blast going to throw a big pick ward in. 5k. Waybo, there's no reason to flip this. Instead, Xiaohu's going to flash Emperor's Shove. Hongq right into all of Waybo. Junja flashes into the pit, but Waybo did such a good job coming off the Baron, so there's no threat of a steal. It does end up resetting to about 11k, but with no Hongq, Waybo should finally be able to secure this. June just coming over. Public execute from Sika over the wall as the Baron is secured. He's into a 1 versus 3, but it's going to work out because the rest of the Waybo comes right over the wall with the power of Elk. Eviscerates 2 more Jin Dog Gaming members.
It's only going to be Zika that falls, and Gala going to have to turn tail and run. That's going to be 4 of the Baron buffs as opposed to the 3 they got out of it last time. And it was already majorly effective. JDG on the cusp of keeping control of this game. Throw it all away on an ill-advised team fight, and they're going to lose dearly for it.
There's one tier 2 turret down, Soul Dragon, but JDG do a good job setting the waves to pretty neutral spots. So the Baron for now, not a big punishment. Oh, the Scrying Orb does spot Xiaosu, goes after Elk, who's able to strike his way out. Bullet time turn is just going to hit onto Vampire, but it might just take him out into Will. And on top of that, you get the Solar Flare to land onto Xiaosu. Execution grabs onto Hongq, but it was Xiaohu who threw him up into the air. What a play from the General as he goes into the stasis to finish off the fight in style. No Dragon needed. Waybo still have JDG's number, and they're going to take a 1-0 series lead.
A clean ace right here, Baron buff in hand. This game is done. And Waybo, why are they so good into JDG? Well, JJ's been playing out his mind, and Elk has been on point right here with the bullet times. Every time JDG want to go in, they just get cut down.
And what did we talk about in the pre-show has really helped Waybo kick things up a gear? It's not Xiaohu having to play perfect, but when it comes to crunch time, he makes the game-winning plays. Waybo, skirmish-based topsides in jungle mostly, but then the scaling of their mid and AD are pretty matched. Also, I want to take a quick look. It's a really good trade in the Gala on top of that. This Waybo bottom lane has good push, and the Ornn matchup is still tough into the Renekton, so JJ has a lot of room to look for things like this. Pantheon flash, immediate stun into the Scatter of the Weak. Oh, that is artistry of League of Legends right there.
Right now. I mean, Zika is very pushed up. Maybe Xiaohu going to be the focus instead.
Oh, he waits for him to use all of his cooldowns. Really smart timing there from Junja, and he's going to earn the kill. Xiaohu tried to clear out the wave, but in this series is JDG are going to get their good looks. They're going to get some kills, but Waybo have always found somewhat of an answer on the back end of it, as the Dragon will go over for JJ. There's no paranoia up. JDG are still going to look to fight here. There's the stun, grabs onto JJ, and he's going to have to pay the price for that Dragon. Portal over, which Gala transcended. He's looking to chase down Arha. Good dodge of the Arc of Ruin. And we are just making sure nobody can get away with plays without paying a price.
And there's always going to be some price to pay in this situation, and JDG, they knew that they could not fully go for this Drake, but the collapse came on through. The reset times were just a little bit off for them to have been able to actually compete for the Dragon, so Waybo do get that first objective for themselves. They're going to have resets coming on through as well, spend their gold, and come back out onto the map at the point at which the grubs are available. Down to Hongq.
Well, here's how you come out back onto the map in style.
Yeah.
JJ, Grand Starfall, and both mid laners without Flash have effectively been punished now.
Yes, and this is great. The strongest of split-pushing compositions. The Renekton's got on the side lane, but nothing else is really going to be pushing its way through there. But at the point at which you are actually hitting towers with this composition, you're now going to be able to shred through them that much easier.
Oh, here comes the Ornhorn, though. Xiaosu. JJ's going to sacrifice himself for the grubs. You know what? That is a selfless play out of the...
Bit further back. Did obviously have his support walking on down towards him.
Yeah, and Paranoia was 10 seconds out, and now just comes up. The shockwave really well timed there from Hongq. There was no way for JJ to even react to it. The timing of that cast, perfect. And Juja had field block, so I do agree with you. We are reaching a crossroad that is very eerily similar of game 1. With the second Drake up for Waybo. Oh, hold on, here we go. Shockwave, Paranoia, it's way too easy. Elk, no way to react, and now the fear's going to come down. JJ's going to re-engage here with the Starfall. Oh my god, Arhan, does he actually get out of this?
No way.
The Q, the Arc of Ruin, it has to be Gala flashing forward to find it, but he does pick up the double kill. Huge gold influx. Back
Snappy, this engage is out of Junja and Hongq. They've now landed that combo instantly twice, and I think the thing that's most impressive about that is the fact that they get it off before Arha has...
So I really want to see them still looking for shockwave after shockwave, and right on cue.
Oh my
I mean,
Lord.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What do you do in this situation as Waybo? Hit yourself a big shockwave. And I love the timing on which JDG are doing this. Every time there's an objective up, they go and assassinate the champion nearby. Gala, holy.
Walk him down. Oh my lord, the transcendent form now with that Kraken Slayer completed is nothing to be scoffed at, and Gala takes it on himself to zone all of Waybo away from a Herald combo. It's like a one-shot. Right now, oh my god, do it again. Yeah, why not? See you later, Elk. Oh, and even turn the turret off.
Turn the tower off.
Even if that didn't one-shot Elk, like he didn't have anywhere to hide. This is just rinse and repeat from JDG. Waybo have no answer.
In solo queue, you have typed FF15. You've probably already FF'd this game. This is so miserable to play into. Now Zika gonna be jumped underneath this tower.
Yeah, he's going to have to pop Dominus. I mean, JDG, it feels like they're playing 6-on-5 right now, the way they're all over the map.
Xiaohu gonna be able to grab himself a couple of turret plates over on the top side, but he can't stick around for too long because you're only 30 or so seconds away from that.
They will be able to compete, but the timer is really ticking for them.
A bit of breathing space. Oh, no. I just worry for the longevity of some of these champions.
Oh, all right. Well, that's why he bought the Om Guard, but he's still going to end up dying here. Unleash Power Scout.
Oh, wait,
hold on.
Never mind.
Can actually outplay. Great Starfall comes across. The Temper Fate is late. Hongq's going to go down here. JJ to the rescue. Xiaosu's the first one to TP back in, though. Call of the Horn will come back out. But now Elk has arrived. All of Waybo's here, and they're on the hunt for more kills. It's the portal out from Vampire to save it, but finally now that we see JDG starting to overload onto this top side, Zika wants to protect this tier 1 turret, and boy is he, I mean, I thought he was going to be a lot more punished for it. They're going to let him walk out and just take the turret.
I mean, that's going to be a big combo just gone.
Xiaosu going to have to dash back towards his turrets, but JDG do a good job to defend the tier 1. Inside track towards the pit, though, is going to be Waybo's. Zika holding strong, will be able to clear out the vision. The Scuttlecraft vision is very valuable, but JDG, could be a pretty tough ask to walk into this pit. Elk, though,
point over to JDG as well. Still, they're going to be able to go take full resets and head towards the top.
Onto it at that point. What can they get done in the time, though? Well, right now it's going to be the Shockwave Orianna combo onto Zika. He pops the Dominus, gets the Sterex shield, but the fear autos from Junja should be enough to even get down the big bad. Well, blocking out all the vision onto this top river near the Baron for Waybo, and now if they play a pretty tough guessing game, walk their way up. Oh, there's the Shockwave combo, but the Unbreakable comes across here from JJ. He does have to flash, but now I don't think JDG can really afford to stick around.
They have to back off so far. It's going to cost them this mid lane tower as well. You see huge build up of the crystals means this one will just fall, and
but I will say that experimental hex plate, the Paranoia is back and available already, and Zika, I was going to say, could be the threat. There's no Shockwave for the big damage, but with the speed up, Junja will be able to get the fear down. Can Xiaosu start to stack any of the CC as Hongq has joined the fray? Should be enough with the Shockwave, and Zika should be just picked off on this side. Another overextension from the Waybo top laner.
Minute and 30 seconds time.
Let's see if, okay, so we have the LDR done for Elk. He has 3 items. He can front to back decently effective. Oh, there's the Shockwave combo. They're going after oh! And boy, does he get blown up as that Enchanter. They get the Horn knock him as well into JJ. He does have the GA completed, though. And he won't end up falling up as well. In position to get back onto Elk for that good Misfortune performance as the Shockwave's up, and they do go after Elk. He tries to flash. He does get the Wild Growth this time. How did JDG look without the Shockwave? Temper Fate onto the background of 2. Gala trying to flank in. He's going to TP. Gala's going to transcend and cleanse away the Scatter the Weak. Gala is ripping this fight from back to front, all on his own. The TP from Zika was too late, and the Pantheon will fall next. Finally, JDG break open a traditional team fight, and they'll wipe down Waybo with a nearly clean ace.
I love the way that they're able to play that one out. As we were talking about, right,
and finally, it feels like JDG...
Very easy to be able to take down towers in the face of Elk. The Sivir always going to give you a ton of wave clear, which is nice, but, I mean, Gala steps up and auto-attacks him once.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that wasn't even the Fiend Hunter bolts.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a straight-up merc.
That was a straight-up crit auto. All right. Oh, my God. See who's looking for Gala, though. It's a Trendset dash away. The Temper Fate is going to grab onto Gala, but in the background, Junja has executed Elk as they dive under the
Gala
turret.
wins this.
Gala, positioning-wise, once again, premier in the LPL. The General thought he had an angle to knock down the big bad Gala, but instead he lives, and JDG turn into an ace, and their first win over Waybo to force us to a do-or-die Game 3.
JDG, it looked good from the start, and they never let it go. Nocturne, Orianna, the combo of dreams in this game. And Waybo, they just never got a foothold in this one. We get a game number 3, Slayer. Let's go.
It was a rough loss in Game 1 that could really spiral a lot of teams.
Slow you to death. There's so many slows, so little actual CC out of Waybo. Still, the amount of damage that this composition has is incredible.
Yeah, and we talked about it, right? Do we think Waybo...
Yeah.
Again, I really want to call back to what Elk was able to do in some huge Game 5s of big postseason matchups with On to find wins on this very combo, running over lanes as we get to play my favorite game, top laner, Ultimate Chicken. But my God, Zika, the damage is ludicrous. He finds First Blood bot side. It's just flashes galore coming out here. Urha trades out Vampire, Elk dead though to Junja. We have kills flying off the map.
Back and forth between all of the different lanes at this point. We get to see what it was that was exciting right there. Yeah, with that level 6 in the upgrade, Smite Junja just going to be able to grab himself that Drake and move back on out. I don't know ward though.
Junja on the top side is going to Smite Steal from JJ onto 1. That's the win that they're looking for. The Flash Frost is going to land into the Glacial Storm. Hongq, the early damage that he's been able to put together with his classic...
Still, he got hit by the bubble earlier on, which kind of delayed the full rotation. And you don't have to lose out onto too much, just a flash and a heal.
Here comes Junja in the fog. Yep, gonna flash to get the cease and desist down into the tidal wave knockup and the culling. That was phenomenal, JDG. 2 kills.
Game. Really nice to see them being able to grab a lot of the objectives at the moment and keeping this composition that needed things going well for them early game ahead.
Yeah, not to rub salt in the wound of the region here. Games in the short window of time he had with Waybo, but I assume he hadn't. So to make that call and then fall flat like this is pretty bad, but there's a flash heroic charge into a beautiful combo coming out from Xiaohu. The egg form not to save Hongq, and JJ says, hold on a minute, I'm going to try and rescue this early game.
Into the thinnest bit of a wall that you possibly have. Junja now has to jump away.
Keeper's verdict to cancel the Fault Breaker. No. That was beautiful, JJ. Only problem here being Xiaohu's mana bar completely depleted, or that would have been 2 kills.
Yeah, I mean, this is the unfortunate thing about not having fully stacked up that tier quite yet. Junja could now look towards the bottom lane if he really feels like it, although still the flank can through.
Flash Cocoon comes down, but again, Elk with the tidal wave hitting him, he can't push out enough damage to really punish Gala. Good peel there from Vampire, as everybody's TPing down here. Hongq joining for JDG's. Zika joins for Waybo. With everything he is a Kanik, like nobody's killing. Neither of them are going to kill him on his own. There's no real threat there. And Junja will be able to pick up a Rift Herald.
We have yet to see a proper fight come through with multiple members. Instead, we're just going to get another gank, another dive.
All right, so the Equalizer does some good early damage, but JJ just patiently waits for the wave to come up, and no Hongq egg to...
Still, I like what JDG is doing. They're just going to push their way through the mid lane. You can't hold this tower with just Elk.
Oh my God, Gala. First strike, double tap, takes 40% of Elk's HP bar out here, and now Waybo, I don't know if he really can make this work. Junja's just going to Smite secure the Dragon nonetheless. Keeper's verdict is going to punt out Junja. They are going to turn on the Xiaosu. He goes all out, but he kind of works right back into Waybo. Flashes, Equalizer comes down. That's a great tidal wave from Vampire, though. JDG looking to disengage. Looking to flash on top of Gala. Clench flash out of Gala will get him out. Waybo desperately want to claim some of these kills. They keep up the chase. They're unrelenting. But they're gonna.
The Poppy's not building full tank, you know? You've got yourself the Sun to Sky, so you just have to be very careful of where Gala is.
Oh,
like this.
Yeah, there we go. JJ.
Boy.
He's chowing down on the culling for now, but I think he's full.
Yeah, I mean, you can't rely on that as your only true engage tool.
It's an uphill battle nonetheless here for Waybo. And they've got to find a window for one of these picks with the Elysior to make a fight 4v5 in a clutch time. Always that Poppy ult, super valuable as we end it, you know, sort of a mid-lane A-Ram style at TP going to come across from Xiaosu. It's Gala dashing forward to get a culling onto Arhan Zika. Doesn't get a ton of innate value, and Waybo are just going to try and charge down this dragon. There's the Keeper's Verdict. It's going to punt out Hongq. 5 versus 4. Can Junja get into the pit? That's a big cocoon. I don't think he can find it. Cloud Soul has been stalled by Waybo. Can they get out, though? Because the fight will not look clean. Gala going to dash forward. Equalizer onto the back line. Hongq eats a chunk of it.
Gala.
Zika gets knocked down very, very low from Gala. There's Season Assist engagement. There's the heroic charge into his own wall. Junja can he get himself out as Gala finds 1 kill. Gala finds 2 kills off to the top side of the fight. It's the team fight maestro of the LPL to once again give JDG the edge they need. Elk will find 1 trade back onto Xiaosu, but none else left to find here as Waybo scatter into the wind.
I mean, can Elk and Xiaohu get back away? It looks like Xiaohu potentially going to be the final catch. Hongq, just about
really
doesn't
do what he does best and find those aggressive dashes forward. But Gala overstepping here is going to get caught by JJ. He's going to cleanse the first knockup. Keeper's Verdict comes across. The tidal wave isn't enough. Gala's picked off, opening to Waybo. How much more can they get? Equalizer down. Recall comes across for Arha as he repels on top of Vampire. 2 kills for Waybo, and now they've got to go all out for the Baron here.
I mean, when we're talking about ways is available for Junja, he can try smite this away.
JJ has been one of the best smiting junglers we have in the LPL this split. Can Junja do what feels like the unthinkable? He is not spotted. He is going to get a good shot at this.
Oh, he missed.
Do they come off? Oh, he doesn't go over the wall. He wants to go after Elk instead. Cease and desist, but Junja, you went too early. Waybo patiently waited out, and they don't even reset the Baron. So now it has to be the solo lanes, and Xiaosu is in the all-out, but he's lost all of his resistances, and that means Xiaohu can take him down. It's only Hongq left, but he's zoned away. Waybo get the Baron onto all 5 and flip this game 3 on its head.
It's going to be one final kill. Arha is going to die, but what a...
On Junja, so the steal would have been a tough spot, but regardless, that's all in the past now. Waybo have bought themselves such valuable time to collect a lot of gold, and where I want to really point out the value of that is we've allowed Elk to start to slowly swing this AD carry matchup. As powerful as Lucian is, Caitlyn, when you get to 4, 5 items, the range she has, she becomes so much more impressive. As JJ is looking for a flank again, gonna mark onto Hongq, but no hero charge stun comes across, but they catch Xiaosu TPing in onto a trap. Zika, oh my god, his flame splitter damage is gross. Hongq's pushed away, but they find the re-engage. He has to go into stasis. Tidal Wave is going to hit up onto Arha. Flash out of Zika to get over the wall. Culling going to come down and not find any of these low health bars. And guess what's on the map, Bloxer? Another Cloud Drake with everyone hurting badly.
And I mean, that's the majority of your big ultis gone from JDG now.
Oh, they see it. They're going after Hongq. He has to flash, and Seraph Steel comes down. Zika, you have to time this very well. He's going to go after Gala with the flank. He's fully overheated.
He's done it.
Over the wall to find the crit shot. Gala goes down. Junja's caught as well. Waybo refused to quit on this series.
They are the nemesis of JDG at this point. You can put them down, but you cannot put them out. Going to be able to grab themselves this Cloud Drake. And Slayer, this is now twice in a row that JDG have gone for the soul and been unable to claim it.
And they're losing even more gold off the back of it. This Baron power play ticks over to a 3.5k gold swing. All of the gold lead for Waybo eclipse off of that Baron, off of that team fight. JDG are sputtering, and they are running out of time to really find their form again to try and keep this series in their favor.
And hats off to Zika, goes for the flank once, goes for the flank a second time, now just going to drop the equalizer down onto this bot lane tier 2 tower, try to help out with the siege. I mean, you haven't been able to get as much use out of the Baron as you would have liked as Waybo, but it doesn't matter, you've managed to do everything you want.
Waybo can still have a real shot now at the best birthday present they could give the General, a series win on his special
with the miasma, and just with the constant threat of a long-range Elk hitting down onto you, how do you actually weave your way through these team fights as a Lucian?
Oh, dashing forward, he's lucky to have Junja that covers onto JJ. Cease and desist, Vault Breaker, whole combo onto JJ. Gets himself out, but he is hurting, and Baron's up. Yeah, he's after sprinting back up. JJ's getting chunked. Hongq doing so good, zoning with the Glacial Storm, getting this chip damage that's slowly going to start to hurt. JJ, can you get into this pit? There's the equalizer down. Hongq has to flash out. Keeper's verdict engaged.
Oh, Xiaohu!
Pitted is Xiaohu who's going to go after and cut down a huge carry. Gala falls to the birthday boy who makes the play to maybe win this series here for Waybo. JJ going to flash after Vampire to try and find this last kill. With only Junja up and remaining, Baron be damned. Waybo might find the series win here. Vampire's doing a good job stalling, but Waybo, they're going right down the mid lane, and they have Junja cornered. Zika flashing after him. He does get away for now, but these death timers might just be too long for JDG to save this series.
They've done it. They've turned this back around. That's the benefit of a snake with boots. And they're going to be able to take down JDG once again. One Nexus Tower falls. The second does as well. And a final Keeper's verdict will close the series out.
What a series.